focusing on consistency over perfection. Welcome back to my Macros 101 video series. I'm Tami, certified personal trainer, macro coach, and founder of the FHM Plus app. In today's video, I want to chat with you a little bit about how we should be focusing on consistency versus perfection. Sometimes when we have somebody who is on a macro journey, whether they are brand new to it or they've been doing it for a while, we tend to get a little bit too focused on the numbers, trying to make them be perfect. If you caught my last video, I talked about where you need to land in order to see results, and I expressed the fact that unless you have very, very specific goals, it is probably going to be a-okay for you to go over or under on your macros by 5 grams-ish and still see really good results, okay? It's really difficult sometimes to nail your macros on the head every single day. And the truth is that shouldn't be the expectation. You don't have to get exactly 130 grams of protein. 129 works, 135 works. There are variances in there. There is no hard, set, and fast numbers that if you're not at those numbers, you're not gonna see results. That's not the way macros work. It's more of just, here are the guidelines, and if you stay around these spots, around these marks, you're gonna see the results that you're looking for. So that's where the focus on consistency versus perfection comes into play. The last thing you wanna do is enter macros with the mindset that if you don't do things perfectly, then you're failing, because then we're in that all or nothing mindset, and that's where we tend to fall off and fail anyway. And chances are you came to macros from having a restrictive dieting mindset where you felt as though if you weren't 100% on plan, then you were failing and you were off the plan. Macros are flexible. It is okay if you have a day where you completely miss the mark. These things are gonna happen. We're gonna be sick, we're gonna be traveling, we're gonna have special occasions. That's okay, that's life. Life is meant to be lived and enjoyed and not tied to a restrictive set of numbers or a diet plan. That is not at all what I would want from you on a macro tracking journey. Rather, I would rather you focus on being consistent, consistently tracking your macros, consistently trying to hit your macros, consistently getting back on track when you fall off track, inevitably, because life pops up and something gets in the way. So it's that consistency over time that's gonna get you the results, not aiming to be perfect every single day, because it's very unlikely that you're gonna nail your macros on the head every day unless you figure out exactly what it is that you need to eat and you just eat the same thing over and over again, which would get really boring after a while, and chances are you're not gonna wanna stick with that. So focus on being consistent, showing up, doing your best every single day, getting back on track when you fall off track, righting the ship, and don't worry about hitting the numbers, dead on every day. That's unrealistic and not sustainable. Instead, know that this is a range, this is a flow, this is a system that you can implement and use for the rest of your life. And I would never want you to come into a plan where you feel restricted or you feel tied down to certain numbers, or you would feel guilty or bad if you didn't hit certain numbers. So consistency over perfection, this is what's going to give you those long-term results. It will work as long as you keep showing up, you're being consistent, and you're putting in the effort.